David Falk said something the other day about LeBron cherry picking, and they was talking about it this morning, and I'm like,
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So this one's kind of juicy. I know. Okay, let's read the title first. This is from SxADk, and this is titled "LeBron and Rich Paul Humiliated by Michael Jordan's Ghost." Now, I forgot the guy's name, but Michael Jordan's old agent or manager, he came out and said, what did he say? He said LeBron's probably top 10 all time, but if Michael Jordan like cherry picked and like built super teams, he would have had probably 15 championships. And apparently, like, this just like blew up all over the place. I mean, I thought about it, and at the end of it, I'm like, yeah, he probably would have had 11 or 12. Like, 15 is a little extreme, but 11 or 12 is not a joke. If he pulled the same strategies that LeBron's been doing, building super teams left and right to fill in all the gaps so that Jordan barely had to do. So Jordan barely had to do anything. Yeah, he would have just racked up championships. And even the fact that he didn't go to LA when, you know, the Bulls team blew up and Phil Jackson was over there and he had Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, it tells you something. That's just not in his nature. But if it was in his nature, the guy could have been stacking rings like you couldn't believe. And the thing that makes MJ so great is the fact that he did it the right way and he still won 6. Anyways, long intro. I'm going to link the original video from SxADk down below in the description for you all. And I don't think there's anything else to say. I haven't seen Rich Paul's rebuttal to what was said. So here we go. Let's go for the propaganda. They can't let one thing slide. So here we go. It's just somebody's opinion. You know, it's not even Michael Jordan who said it. He didn't say anything. But they can't handle somebody having an opposing opinion about, you know, their narrative that LeBron James is the GOAT. So let's see what they have to say. And let's get into psychology mode. Let's dissect the BS. Here we go.
Well, delusional. LeBron James bootlicker Rich Paul was at it yet again, running his mouth on the Rich Eisen show, discussing comments made by David Falk.
David Falk said something the other day about LeBron cherry picking, and they was talking about it this morning, and I'm like,
And for those
Okay, first of all, when he's talking about cherry picking, it's so funny because his choice of words there. He's not talking about LeBron getting half of his points by actually cherry picking, by avoiding defense and not getting down not getting down to court on defense. He's actually talking about cherry picking championships. Brilliant choice of words there.
You who do not know who David Falk is, well, he is the longtime agent of Michael Jordan, who repped the actual GOAT for the entirety of his playing career.
Yeah, I think he represented Allen Iverson as well.
And the exact quote that got Rich Paul's panties in a bunch was when he said, quote, "I really like LeBron, but I think if Jordan had cherry-picked what teams he wanted to be on and 2 other superstars, he would have won 15 championships."
Yeah, I don't even see that as hate. That's not hate. That's just a statement. And I disagree with the statement because I think he would have won like 11. But I agree with the actual notion that he would have stacked rings if he would have cherry-picked and team stacked and all that.
Now, quite frankly, I don't understand what has...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I haven't really paid attention to the new setup. Dude, are those starting lineups right here? Are those starting lineups? I still have a couple of them somewhere. I got a Jordan and a David Robinson somewhere.
Paul so hot and bothered by this comment, as I personally detect not a single lie. But old Rich went in on David Falk.
How could it be a lie anyways? He's just making a prediction. You can't lie while making a prediction. I predict Jordan, and under these circumstances, would have had 15 championships. It's not a lie. There's no fact or fiction involved in this.
I think he was part of the Cherry Clan.
Yes. See, Rich thinks it was beneath Falk.
I just thought that was very unfair and a little beneath David Falk for a number of reasons. And so
he also thinks this isn't an apple-to-apples comparison.
It's not apples and apples for a number of reasons.
Mainly because, according to Rich Paul, Michael Jordan, well, he never had to leave.
The two other superstars, Michael never had to leave.
The insinuation, of course.
Wait, dude, Jordan was drafted in '84 and they didn't have success until 1990. That's when they made the conference finals and they still didn't win. It wasn't until 1991, so 7 years in, that's when Jordan finally got over the hump and he had enough help to win. It's not the same. It's not the same. Jordan could have left at any point during that time, gotten frustrated because, you know what? They weren't giving him much help, but he didn't use it as an excuse. He was going to push the team as far as he could with whatever he had, and eventually that led to success and championships. We're going to act like Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen are like, come on. We're comparing a prime Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, an all-star and a finals MVP, to Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, okay? Scottie would have been pretty good regardless of Jordan or not, but he wouldn't have been great without Jordan. And Horace Grant, I'm sorry, you guys, he was not going to be, he wasn't going to be a Chris Bosh level, and he never was anyways. So it's not the same comparison. He didn't get a team built for him that was like a superstar team. He just got a team that was good enough, and he made do with it. LeBron, not the same situation. LeBron had a better point guard and a better center in his first stint with the Cavs than the Bulls did.
That Jordan had ready-made teams unlike LeBron, and Jordan had easy-to-win titles.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, since Rich is clearly not up on his basketball history, perhaps I can educate him here.
Let's go,
Jordan
Scap.
was a Rookie of the Year and an All-Star, made All-NBA second team, and finished 6th in MVP voting while averaging 28 points per game, 6 assists, 6.5 rebounds, and 2.5 steals on 51.5% shooting in all 82 games played that first NBA season. And by just his 4th year in the league, Jordan was leading the NBA in scoring and steals, while being named All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Defensive First Team, winning the league MVP, and the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
All in the same year by year 4.
And if they were contenders back then, he would have been stacking some more MVPs. The reason that it was going to guys like, no offense to Bird and Magic, ever, no offense to those guys ever, but Jordan was giving them a run for their money in the 80s. The only difference is Jordan's team was trash. So while the Lakers and the Celtics were always contenders, of course, the MVP is going to one of those players. But yeah, man, if his team was good, not like Jordan needs more accolades, but he could have had another two MVPs in there.
Jordan played with not one All-Star in any of those first 4 seasons, while his first MVP season in his 4th year, that being 87-88, well, he was surrounded by a collection of players that included Charles Oakley as his top scorer at just 13 points per game.
Yeah, so imagine if he had the same mentality as LeBron. He would have been like, okay, you guys have had 4 years. You're not getting me one All-Star, no help. You're not making any trades. I'm out of here. Screw you guys. Screw the city of Chicago. That would have been it. And I'm joining somebody else in the East that's a competitor, because he went to Miami. So let's go to Detroit or let's go to Boston or let's go to New York. That's what Jordan would have done. Shit. And none of us would have ever respected him, and we wouldn't be calling him the GOAT if he did it. Let's just be real.
It would, in fact, not be until Michael Jordan's 6th NBA season in the league in 1989-1990 when Jordan would play with his first All-Star. And during those first 5 seasons in the league, while Jordan was by far the best individual player, surrounded by all-starless rosters, the teams running the NBA at that point were the super team Celtics, with 4 or 5 perennial All-Stars and Hall of Famers, the Showtime Lakers with the same amount of greats, and the Bad Boy Pistons. Yet Jordan didn't run. He didn't team up. with the top players in his draft class, like LeBron James did when he, the #1 pick in the 2003 draft, teamed up with the 4th and 5th picks overall in Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. And if Jordan had done the same thing, teamed up with his #1 and #5 overall pick from his 1984 draft.
Oh my God, Hakeem Olajuwon. Yeah, there it is. This is my first thought. Holy crap. Okay, who's the other one?
Well, it would have meant joining forces with Hakeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley.
Oh, man. So they got the power forward, they got the center, and the ultimate shooting guard. Damn. Yeah, game over. Imagine if you would have done this. It would have destroyed the league, though. Yeah, it would have actually absolutely just crushed the league.
And well, why the hell not? That is, after all, what LeBron did, because he couldn't beat the Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce Celtics, or the Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol Lakers. A far cry from the Celtics teams and the Lakers teams Jordan was dealing with in the 1980s.
It's true.
What if those three, being Jordan, Hakeem, and Barkley, were gutless cowards like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh? See, Rich, LeBron didn't have to leave either. He chose to. And while Jordan...
In all fairness, Dwayne Wade had already won without him, and he didn't... D-Wade did to Jordan. Jordan stayed where he was. Everybody else came to him. So I give D-Wade a little bit of a pass here. Not a full pass, because I know he was involved in scheming this. However, he didn't leave. D-Wade didn't join a super team. A super team was built around D-Wade. LeBron joined a super team. Chris Bosh, a big fan of his, he also joined a super team. You know?
Didn't play with his first All-Star till his 6th season in the league. LeBron had played with 2 All-Stars by his 6th year. Not an overwhelming amount of talent for LeBron. I'm not saying that it was in his first tenure with Cleveland.
I'd argue his first 6 years, he had a better team around him than Jordan did, though. But that's not saying either team was great, because neither really was.
Cleveland. Similar, though, to the supporting casts that Michael Jordan had. But Jordan stayed put while LeBron left. But oh, sure, it was just because Jordan had a great front office and coach. That is, of course, according to the clueless Rich Paul.
Michael played for Phil Jackson, and Michael had Jerry Krause.
So, yeah, okay, where exactly did LeBron go when he crawled out of Cleveland?
Yeah, exactly. And he tried to get one of the best coaches of all time fired in year 1. Yeah, so what would he have done if he had Phil Jackson? An unproven coach. I gotta always get this through, you guys. Phil Jackson was a rookie head coach when he coached Michael Jordan. Okay, he was an assistant coach before that, along with Tex Winter. And him and Tex Winter stepped up and took over Doug Collins' job. He was a rookie head coach in the NBA, all right? He'd only coached in Europe prior to this. So what do you think LeBron would have done with an unproven coach? He was in the same exact situation as Spo, an unproven head coach who's been around the block a lot of times, so he knows what he's doing, but he's never been a head coach before. And LeBron tried to fire him immediately because he was actually coaching LeBron, and LeBron doesn't like to be coached. LeBron thinks he's the coach. So what would he do with Phil? He would have got him fired. Okay? So all this, LeBron never had a Hall of Fame coach. You want to know why? Because he either gets them fired or he leaves them, like he left Spo. Yeah, he did actually have a Hall of Fame coach, but LeBron chose to leave because that's what he always does when he loses. He leaves the team.
Yeah, to a Hall of Fame coach in Eric Spoelstra and a Hall of Fame architect in Pat Riley.
I know.
But as we know, Bron couldn't even win there.
My God, could you imagine if Jordan played for Riley? Like, Riley gets it so much that if Jordan just had to say, here's the weaknesses, here's what we need to build on, Riley would go into his office and be like, all right, I'm going to find you the right pieces, MJ, because I know you're going to win if I do it.
At least not what was expected. Hell, what was promised from him.
Not 5.
Yep.
Not 6. Not 7.
So he left town.
Miami fans, how do you feel about him promising 8 championships? Because he said not 7. How do you feel about that? Do you feel ripped off?
Again, and that is on LeBron. Paul then, meanwhile, in this interview, really goes off the rails in his stumbling idiocy, talking about why these two guys have to be pitted against each other at all.
And I think that those type of comments is also the reason why people that look like me in my community always think there can only be one king.
Did he just make is he trying to make this a race thing? Can I hear that again? They both the same skin color, man. You can't. Let me just make sure I didn't misunderstand this. Is Rich Paul trying to make this a race thing?
Talking about why these two guys have to be pitted against each other at all.
And I think that those type of comments is also the reason why people that look like me in my community always think there can only be one king.
What the fuck? Am I dumb? Or Michael Jordan and LeBron James got the same skin color? What the hell is he talking about? Please, in the comments, if I'm misunderstanding this, please let me know. But is Rich Paul making this a race thing? What?
Since why must we compete about this? Why must we argue about it? Why must others be pitting us against each other?
That's because LeBron James said it himself. That one right there made me the greatest of all time. This is simple.
Hilarious and
Jordan didn't start this. He never said, I'm greater than LeBron James. He never said, I'm the greatest of all time. Then it would be on him. But it wasn't. It's on LeBron. So stop playing victim, Rich Paul. You guys started this stupid shit.
In its scope of sheer hypocrisy here. What others are you talking about, Rich? Seriously, which others started this conversation to force LeBron and Jordan into head-to-head comps?
I swear to God, I bet like when LeBron was a baby, he used to shit his pants, shit his diapers, and then blame somebody else for it. You did it.
Here is LeBron.
You that pooped my pants.
James nearly 10 damn years ago, referring to himself as the GOAT.
Yeah.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
There it is.
And you know what? I'm confused here. Who is that guy? Who is that boot-licking jock sniffer sitting right next to LeBron on the couch who says, in agreement, quote, for so many reasons?
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
God, what an enabler. That's why. That's part of why LeBron's like this. He's just surrounded by yes men.
Oh, that is in fact Rich Paul.
Yep.
Seriously, get the hell out of here. This guy, this freaking guy,
this
like
fucking
his
guy,
king, takes absolutely no accountability for his own actions and stupidity.
Nope.
They are the ones that started this nonsense.
They're like narcissist besties, these two. Someday it'll blow up between them. That's what always happens. When you get a couple of narcs together, eventually their vision won't line up together and they're gonna destroy each other.
No one else, no other theys out there, Rich. We then get really crazy though when Rich Eisen asserts that LeBron is in fact the one running the teams and playing de facto GM, a claim Rich Paul also rejects full-heartedly.
Right.
And that's false. You know, I think that, and I can say that because I'm there.
Right.
You know.
And sure, Rich, whatever you say.
Yeah, we believe you.
This entire farcical interview just continues to give a hilarious look into the pathetic revisionism history that LeBron and his entire organization continues to awkwardly.
That's the problem with liars, man. Once you've shown the world that you're full of it over and over and over again, yeah, you've lost all your credibility. So, Rich Paul, why the hell would I believe you? You just lied a minute ago, talking about why we gotta pit these guys together. You literally did it, dude. Freaking liar. So now, like, it's the boy who cried wolf. Now, he could be actually trying to expose something important in the future. We're not gonna believe a damn thing Rich Paul says, but he did it to himself.
Battle unfortunately for you, LeBron and Rich, there are people like me that remember. And speaking of me, guys, many thanks for your continued and ongoing support out here. And if you have not yet subscribed yet, please do consider doing so at this time to help me get to my goal of 100,000 subscribers in this calendar year of 2025. And of course, to stay up to date with more from me. Until next time, guys.
Nice. Yeah, man, get to that 100. I can't believe Scap's not at 100K yet. Guys, if you're not subscribed to SxADk, you might want to do it. He's got to get to 100K soon. I thought he was probably at like 200 to 300K at this point. Scap's been working. Anyways, does anything about this surprise me? Hell no. None of this surprises me at all. I don't know what to say, because it's just BS. What do you say about such horse crap like this? Basically, this is a new wave of bullies. Okay, they pick the fight. Okay, they throw the first punches. Then the person getting bullied gets up and throws a nice hook at him. And then afterwards, the bully plays victim. Oh, why'd you have to hit me? I can't believe you hit me. I'm telling on you. Well, you're the one who freaking started it. I am so fed up with this, and I don't know why this is working in today's society. What is going on with this victim crap? Okay? The victim crap has gotten so overblown that, first of all, the majority of people crying victim are not victims. Okay? Never thought I'd see the day. You know, it used to be that if you were a victim of something, it was a stigma attached to it, and like it wasn't a good thing. We would normally stay quiet about it. That's not good. However, now it's gone. The pendulum has swung all the way to the extreme now, to which it's hard to believe anybody whenever they're playing victim, because usually along with that is they want something. Okay, and now we've got the ultimate extreme. These are the bullies, and they're crying victim. We have a freaking problem right now. And the more people I see believing the crap of somebody like a Rich Paul, a LeBron James, yada yada, the worse I know off we are. This ain't even about basketball anymore. This is about like society and how young men and young women are being taught to act. Basically just cover up all your shit. Pretend like you've never done anything wrong, even if there's proof and evidence of your wrongdoing. Blame it on someone else. That's where we're at today, and it's disgusting. And guys, the way I feel about LeBron goes a lot deeper than basketball, and this is why. I'm at that age now where I'm thinking about the next generation a lot, and I see this as a major poison for the next generation. And to see somebody so successful as LeBron pulling these antics, it's just teaching the young people that this is how you get rich and famous, is by doing this type of behavior. And it's the exact opposite from my generation, the exact opposite of what Michael Jordan taught us and many others, to be accountable, to not blame others. If you poop your pants, you poop your pants. You don't blame it on somebody. And you know, like, oh man. Guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your guys' thoughts too. Are these things that you're noticing going on in today's world as well? Are you guys worried about it, or am I just getting old or something? Because I think about this a lot, and I think about where this world's gonna be in another 100 years if we're going down this path. Guys, I'm only 42, and I've seen this whole thing switch from accountability being prime to no accountability and bullies playing victim. It's so polar opposite, and I think this happened all within like the last 15 years, slowly but surely. But that's quick to change the entire like society's mindset. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe I'm crazy, but let me know if I'm crazy or if I'm not. I'll see you all in the comments. I appreciate you all. Great video by Scap as always. Go subscribe over there if you haven't. And same with my channel. You want more content like this, subscribe, like the video. I'd appreciate it. And be water, my friends.